In this week's episode, a rather vintage Arcadian steps into the modern world to experience some of the latest arcade games from some of the biggest companies. But will they hold up to the classics that I'm used to? Or have they become so realistic they've lost their easy pick up and play and become more like simulators? Well, let's find out. Doing a wheelie! My God! Welcome back, Arcadians. It is that time of year again for EAG, which is the Entertainment Attractions Gaming Expo. Now, this is a corporate event and it's held every January at the London Excel. And I've been going for the last 10 years, and I find it really exciting because you get to see some of the latest attractions that hopefully will get released into our local arcades. And that could be anything from the latest pinball, the latest VR machines, and hopefully the latest video arcade machines, which is what I'm really going along for. Now, obviously, they're not going to have the same impact as what these games did when they were first released into the 80s, because this was all pretty much new technology, but you do get to see some really cool stuff. So today, Holly's going to drive us from the museum all the way down to London, and hopefully we're going to get some really cool footage of some of the latest and coolest arcade games. To the XL today.
Yep.
Your first time?
Well, definitely my first time.
You excited? Not
yeah,
quite,
I'm
not sure.
behind the camera, so apart from this bit, it's all cool.
You like your vintage stuff, don't you?
Yeah. It's be interesting to see what this newfangled rubbish is like.
Yes. Well, it looks like Holly's going to be a hard one to impress, but that's okay. It is difficult to know what to expect if you've never been to an event like this before. Right, we're here at the London XL for the EAG Gaming Expo. Can't wait because it's freezing cold. Can't wait to see what Sega, Namco, Bandai have got to offer us. Let's get inside and have a look. Walking into this huge arena, I can't help but think what it would have been like back in the 80s seeing those classic arcade games for the very first time. But still, this place has got a fantastic atmosphere and I can't wait to see what new games they've got on offer. Ah, look at this. This is a game I recognise straight away, but no joystick. What are these, retired Pacmen in their stately home, waiting to be fed by some aging Arcadian? Oh well, this is quite fun actually, and I bet the kids would love this. Tiring. EAG is supported by BACTA, which is basically a trade association in which members are recognised by the Gambling Commission government as responsible operators under the Gambling Act. When you visit EAG, be prepared to see lots of kiddie games and lots of businessmen play testing them, which is quite funny and surreal, which kind of made me want to have a go. But just look where you're going, mate. Raccoon Rampage by Unis Technologies is a really fun family game. But don't try this at home, kids. This is real water. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing, putting out the fire. It is real water on a screen. How do they do that? Now this is more like it, another game by Unis Technologies. It is Bigfoot Mayhem. This is a huge hydraulic cabinet with two big screens and loads of neon lights. This is the immersive experience you want to get when you go into an arcade. And there is no other company right now that does it better than Raw Thrills. Founded by the genius Eugene Jarvis in 2001, creator of some of the best arcade games ever made in my opinion, Defender, Robotron, the Cruising Blast series, you're guaranteed to be entertained. And this, The Fast and the Furious, is no exception. This is an amazing game. Right, here we go, take a picture. Terrible picture. Let's get started. Might be a bit easier. This game is total eye candy and it does what it says on the tin. It's fast, it's furious and can get extremely competitive. Now what are we doing? Finish line. First, yes, I came first. There are lots of gun games on offer here and I know they are really popular, but I find I get really bored of them really quickly. I don't know what it is, I think they're too heavily focused on shooting as much as possible, you know, and I find I get slightly detached from the game if the gun doesn't have a decent recoil action. Not really my thing. It gets boring after a while. And Halo felt exactly the same. No recoil action, just felt really detached from the game. Oh, this is lackluster. Oh, the recoil, there's no recoil. No arcade is complete without a game from Bandai Namco. And what a lineup they have here today. Look at these huge things. Dead Heat Unleashed, another head-to-head racer. Dracon's Realm Keepers, an on-rail shooter in which you saw high on a gigantic dragon shooting enemies. And this Super Blaster, which I'm definitely going to try.
Now fighters come to have a little fun.
This is more like it, a target shooter where you need pinpoint accuracy. It's got a fantastic theme and it's very immersive. Oh, yeah. This is actually really good. I like the art style. The art style's really cool. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Take a good look. It'll be your last. Round and round you go. Nowhere fast.
I love that. That's brilliant. Now, I came to EAG a year before we had the pandemic and VR seemed to be everywhere. It was going to be like the next best thing in every arcade. Then, of course, we had lockdown. And here we are 3 years later, and they're back. Not so many, but it's interesting to see that Raw Thrills have got a game here, and it's a motorbike game. And me and Holly are ex-bikers, so this is going to be really interesting and very competitive, I think. Sitting on this life-size bike and turning my head to see the competition behind me, I instantly feel immersed, and this feels like no other game. There seems to be no lag in the controls, and leaning the bike I'm able to control the intensity of my cornering with precision. I'm not quite getting my knee down, but I'm going hell for leather and I'm determined to beat Holly. The funny thing is about this game, every time we both corner into each other, we both bash together, and it just adds to the realism. This has to be the highlight of the event for me. This is an extremely immersive game, which I would recommend to any Arcadian. Even if you're not a biker, this has to be the closest and safest way to ride a superbike. Now Holly's told me to do this. I didn't want to do this. This is a very physical game. It is Wave Riders Extreme, in which you have to use your body weight, in which I have a lot of, to jump, steer and fly off ramps to avoid obstacles. This is just tiring watching me do this. It's so exhausting. Now this next game, well actually it's not a game, this is a driving simulator, and anyone that's followed my channel knows that I don't like driving games, and this is no exception. This is absolutely rubbish. Oh, we got rain. We got...
Green, green, green. Go, go, go.
Whoa! Doing a wheelie! My God! Crushed already! It's wet, they didn't put wet tyres on! My God! My God! It's sliding all over the place! I'm terrible. I don't know what I'm doing. Where's reverse? I am using one of the pedals. Oh, there we go.
Okay, you've got a warning for the race director for cutting the track. Try and respect the track limit between the white lines.
It's awful. Oh, too sensitive for me. Yep, that's right, I walk off in disgust. But don't let me put you off, guys. You give it a go. I'm going to find a gun game now. Ooh. Got a nice recoil. Look at that. Now, Electricoin have been around since the late 70s and they have so much history. I really want to do an episode on Electricoin on the channel because they're a London-based company and were pivotal in the 80s for bringing a lot of the Jammer games into this country. And they're still going today, still making great games like this one here. This is a target-based shooter, which I like, and you feel really connected with the game because the gun's got such a fantastic recoil action. Even Holly's getting into this. She's absolutely loving this. Good. Cool, isn't it? There are lots of new pinball machines at this event, which I'm always interested in, even though I didn't get to play most because a lot of them were really busy. But this one really caught my eye and I did manage to play this. It is the Labyrinth, which is a new game from a company called Barrels of Fun, and this is their first ever pinball. I caught up with Mark Silk, who is the voice actor for a lot of the characters in the game. So tell me, this is your new pinball?
No!
No!
This is David's new pinball.
Right,
this is the new Labyrinth pinball machine from Barrels of Fun.
Right.
So over in the States, I'm a fan. I'm a huge Henson fan. I hide it well, but I grew up. Jim Henson was one of my heroes. So to be part of this is kind of dream come true stuff.
What part did you take in this?
Lots and lots of voices. So in this, there's original voice samples from the original movie.
Wow.
So you'll hear your favorite. You'll hear Brian Henson. You'll hear Dave Goelz. You'll hear some of my heroes in this, and then I've created new characters as well. So when you play the game and see the topper, there's 3 characters on the topper. It is, put it on your Santa list. It's great. So when you play the game, the topper plays with you, teases you, and tells you what to do with the balls. The whole thing's
How many different voices and characters do you do in the?
It is an infinite range of fun, Alex. Was that me? I'm not sure. And there's a great spinner sound somewhere, and probably when the spinner is here, but you hear me going, except better than that.
But in my mind, a little tiny creature you're doing a voice for, is it?
It probably is that, yeah. But it's
a little furry one.
A little furry creature, like yourself, Alex. What's hiding under that hat? Who the hell knows? But this, we've been working on this for, well, at my side, I mean, Barrels of Fun, they've been working on this for a long time. I probably worked over about 6 months over the past year with them on this. And we recorded it live from my studio in the UK to them in the States. And a lot of love has gone into this because we know this movie inside out.
Yes, of course.
But also, as a fan of the soundtrack of Labyrinth, to have Dance Magic Dance and to have Underground plus other music in this, that's, if you're a fan of the game, or if you're a fan of the movie, or if you're a fan of Bowie, that's a real get.
I absolutely love this movie and David Bowie.
But that's
awesome.
because that's the thing. If you're a fan of the movie, you want to hear all those elements, and you get that in this. Look at that for a first game.
It's incredible.
And the build quality is terrific. The build quality is great. The quality of the audio is great. Because again, just because I'm in it, doesn't mean that it's always the best thing in the world. Although clearly it is. This is great.
Well, I can't wait to play it.
Well, I want this in my collection. So I'm thrilled to bits that I finally got to see it in the real world. So this is the first one in the UK.
It's really atmospheric, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be no thing before.
That's a good one, Holly. Beautiful, isn't it? That's awesome. Love it. Really cool. Well, that's it, guys. What a fantastic day. I've got to say the highlight for me was playing Raw Thrills MotoGP. I mean, that is an incredible experience. And if you ever get to see that in the arcade, make sure you go up and play it, because that is the closest you'll ever get to riding a superbike on a track like that. Absolutely unbelievable. I didn't get much chance to play or film many pinballs because they were just so busy, but I've got to say a huge thank you to Mark Silk for coming up and chatting to us about their new game from Barrels of Fun, the Labyrinth. Really, really cool pinball, really enjoyed that. And I've got to say a huge thank you to Holly as well for driving us down there and filming the whole day, so thank you so much. But that's it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.